Diaphragmatic breathing. So just how important is this thing called breathing? Breathing correctly has been said to be the key to better fitness, muscle strength, and stamina and athletic performance. Oxygenation through deep breathing boosts the immune system and can rid the body of chronic illness. 20 minutes a day of deep breathing techniques, which increase oxygen to the cell, are the most important factors in living a disease-free life. Deep breathing exercises are the most powerful and effective form of stress management. Deep breathing, or diaphragmatic breathing, also called abdominal breathing, is an essential part of just about every relaxation technique. What is it? Well, diaphragmatic breathing is basically controlled deep breathing. When you're in a completely relaxed state, your breathing is slow and deep and stems from your belly, or mostly from your belly. When you're stressed, your breathing is rapid and shallow and stems from your chest. Clavicular breathing, or upper costal breathing, is when the upper third of your chest expands as you breathe, so the top part of the lungs is used during breathing. Thoracic or middle costal breathing is when the middle part of your chest expands, specifically from about the sixth rib down. When you're in a completely relaxed state, you breathe from your belly. You can tell you're breathing from your diaphragm when your belly or abdomen expands as you breathe. The diaphragm is a large, thin, pointed muscle that stretches from the sternum to the lower rib cage. As you breathe, the diaphragm sinks down during inhalation and rises as you exhale. During shallow breathing, the diaphragm only moves a little bit, but during deep breathing, it moves much more, massaging and detoxifying parts of the body as it rises and sinks. The average person breathes about 23,000 times each and every day. So times that by the number of days you live, and that's a lot of breathing. In a normal state, not stressed or relaxed, the average person breathes about 14 to 16 times per minute. So just how much faster do you breathe when you're stressed compared to when you're relaxed? Remember, when you're exercising, you're putting your body through the stress response. During moderate to intense exercise, you can breathe up to 60 times in a 1-minute count. Exercise mimics being in a stressed state, so when you're really stressed, your ventilations per minute can be just as high, 60 times in 1 minute. You'd have to be really, really stressed, and obviously the number of ventilations depends on the extent to which you're stressed. So how much slower do you breathe in a relaxed state? Remember, 14 to 16 times per minute is a normal state. In a completely relaxed state, a person can breathe as little as 4 to 6 times in a 1-minute count. That's a huge difference, up to 60 times if you're super stressed versus 4 times. Obviously, those are the ends of the spectrum, but nonetheless, this illustrates the fact that our breathing can be dramatically affected when we're in a stressed state versus a relaxed state. So what's the big deal? Does it really matter if we breathe fast or slow? People who regularly practice deep breathing exercises report significantly reduced stress levels, increased energy, greater clarity of thought, and many other benefits associated with being in a relaxed state. Because deep breathing can be an effective means of reducing stress, it can also be part of an effective strategy for reversing stress-related health problems like anxiety disorders and stomach irritability. There are also physical rehabilitative benefits of deep breathing that result from movement of the diaphragm. Deep breathing enables the diaphragm to manipulate the liver, stomach, heart, lymph nodes, and other organs in a therapeutic way while promoting improved blood circulation. Diaphragmatic breathing can put you in a state of deep relaxation and is effective to decompress, calm down, or prepare you to sleep at night. In fact, deep breathing and many of these relaxation techniques have been shown to help people get to sleep faster and sleep sounder. Instructions: diaphragmatic or abdominal breathing simply requires that you make a conscious effort to breathe from your belly rather than from your chest. And when you breathe, you're simply going to inhale, then pause briefly before exhaling, then exhale, and again pause briefly before inhaling. So I'm going to give you instructions first, then I'll have you follow along and actually practice it. First, you're going to place one hand over your belly button or one hand on your abdomen just below your rib cage and the other hand on your upper chest. You can be sitting up or lying down, whichever you prefer. Don't do anything different. Just take a minute to notice which hand moves more, the one on your belly or the one on your chest. Then start breathing slowly and deeply belly through your nose. Concentrate on filling the bottom of your lungs so that your stomach gently expands. The hand on your belly should start moving outward with your belly, and your hand on your chest should move less and less. Your chest will rise some, but not that much. If your chest is doing most of the moving in comparison to your belly, then you're not doing it correctly. Your inhalation should be about 3 seconds, and your exhalation should be about 5 to 6 seconds. So your exhalation should be longer than your inhalations. Also, at the end of each inhalation, pause briefly, and at the end of each exhalation, pause briefly. Slowly exhale through your nose or mouth, whichever you prefer, but allow your stomach to fully deflate before taking another breath. Many people don't fully exhale before inhaling, which can impede the relaxation response. Okay, let's practice it. If you can, close your eyes to prevent distractions, because remember that 90% of your sensory input is through your eyes. When you close your eyes, you immediately become more in tune with other senses. Place one hand over your belly button and the other hand on your upper chest. Notice which hand moves more, the one on your belly or the one on your chest. Now start breathing slowly and deeply through your nose. Don't force it. Concentrate on feeling the bottom of your lungs so that your stomach expands. The hand on your belly should start moving more and more, and your hand on your chest should move less and less. Inhale 1, 2, 3, pause. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause. After 6, during the pause, exhale a tiny more to make sure you fully deflate your lungs. Again, this type of breathing is part of almost all the relaxation techniques about which you'll be learning. You'll almost always start with at least 3 abdominal breaths before starting the other techniques. But if you don't have time to do the other techniques, you can just take 3 abdominal breaths to instantly get yourself in a relaxed state. Right before taking an exam, take 3 deep abdominal breaths, or when standing in a long line and you're running late, or driving in traffic, or when you feel yourself getting angry with someone. It's super quick and easy to take 3 deep breaths. Sometimes you need more than 3 breaths, depending on the intensity of the stressor. But that's it. That's how you do abdominal breathing. The supplemental videos for this lecture are Learn the Diaphragmatic Breathing Technique, and is just under 4 minutes, and The Benefits of Deep Breathing, which is just over 1 minute. Learn the Diaphragmatic Breathing Technique is one of the supplemental videos that you'll also do for the relaxation technique this week. So follow along as you watch this video, and then you'll be ready to provide your rating for the relaxation technique assignment. But don't forget to take your 10-second pulse rate before and after watching the video. Key points. When you're stressed, your breathing is rapid and shallow and stems from your chest. When you're relaxed, your breathing is slow and deep and stems from your belly. Diaphragmatic breathing or abdominal breathing is basically controlled deep breathing, where you inhale for about 3 seconds, pause, then exhale for about 5 to 6 seconds, then pause. To instantly relax yourself, take at least 3 abdominal breaths. The slower, the better. And that's it for this lecture.